Hey, this is Christine Mills from Veranda Financing Podcast. This is episode 14. I'm so happy you decided to stop by. I am so proud of myself for sticking with it. This is the 14th episode. I remember when I first started and I was very nervous about starting the podcast, but I am enjoying the journey. We had our first interview with Jackie of Moselle Clothing in episode 13, which is really neat to interview someone and to explore the world of entrepreneurship right on our podcast. So that was a really exciting point in this journey. But today we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's how to create additional income while building your business. I know that a lot of us, when we're building our business, we start off as a side hustle. And today I'm going to discuss 5 ways you could continue to gain additional income. Everyone's about the additional income. I surely am. So that you're able to take care of your personal matters while you're building your business. So as many of you entrepreneurs know, entrepreneurship can have its challenges. We face challenges every day as we learn how to create an entity that never existed. Even if you purchased an existing business, you may still feel and face challenges as you build from the existing entity. A major challenge I see a lot of entrepreneurs face is in the area of finance. Businesses not only take more money than they may have initially projected, but also a lot more time. Whenever I see advertisements for businesses that generate $1 million a year and you only have to put in 2 hours a week, I tend to be a bit skeptical. From experience, I know that is not really the case. Perhaps as your business grows, your team grows, and your automation grows, you may not need to dedicate as much time. But initially, a business becomes a very hungry, growing child that requires financing and time. However, while you are building your business, you still have to be financially astute and responsible. This is when you may feel tempted to throw in the towel and believe that entrepreneurship is only for the wealthy and trust fund kids. Don't despair and don't believe the hype. I really believe, again, this is an exciting time to be an entrepreneur, and I don't think wealthy people have a padlock on entrepreneurship. But the first step to ensure that you build your business while living a financial free lifestyle is number 1, to decrease your personal expenses. Decreasing your personal expenses is a surefire way to add more money to your bank account. Look through your expenses over the past 6 months and find ways you can trim the fat around your expenses. Maybe instead of eating out every day, maybe you can just eat once a week. Bring your lunch to work and cut back on buying coffee every day at your favorite coffee shop. That's me, by the way. But yeah, cut back on shopping, which may mean you may have to be creative with what's already in your closet, or stick to a tight budget on how much you can afford to purchase for entertainment and clothing while building your business. Play around with budget tool which works for you. If it's opening a separate account and funneling a set amount to that account per month for saving, or going with the color-coded spreadsheets, they will help you see where your money is going and finding savings and unnecessary expenses. Number 2, rent out a portion of your home or create rental income. This one is an ideal way to create passive income while you're building your business. In some areas, in the northeast section of the U.S., you can rent out your basement, or if your living situation is conducive to having a roommate, it can help offset some of your expenses while building your business. Secondly, you may find good deals on multifamily homes with 1 to 4 units. In some cases, 1 or 2 tenants will pay the mortgage for the property, while the other 1 or 2 can provide additional income. This is also a great way to diversify your income. And interestingly enough, like if you start renting out, a portion of your home, or you might see a really good deal on a piece of property that you want to rent out, after a while, you might see it as a viable side hustle for yourself, even as your business grows. Because real estate is I'm not a financial advisor, but real estate's really a good way to increase your wealth as well as provide cash flow going forward. Number 3, consider offering your services in a creative way. If you are an accountant and you're building your accounting practice, but you feel like you're stuck in a 5 or 6 figure revenue point, perhaps you should look at your services in a different angle to bring in more income. For instance, you can teach courses online that helps people with bookkeeping, their businesses, or maybe you might consider ebooks to extend your customer base. A really good website that I came across is Teachable, which really helps you to teach courses online, and that's a viable business as well. And creating products out of your services will help take you outside of the machine of your business and to charge for these products. And soon enough, they become self-sustaining, and you have the products out there that you could use over and over again. And it will also help you to get before different audiences for speaking engagements or consulting. Number 4, create a cash flow producing entity. You know, I'm all about the boring businesses. And I really mean that in tongue in cheek because I'm pretty creative and I want to consider myself boring by any means. But if you listen to episode number 2, you'll find that boring businesses can be turned inside out. But what I mean by boring businesses are businesses that are high margin entities that does not require too much time. I'm not referring to 2 hours a week, but I'm referring to a business model that requires a skeletal team, little overhead, and can be a cash king or a cash cow. This cash flow producing entity could be a business as the framework for you to grow the remainder of your business. Examples of these can be rentals such as event space rentals, construction equipment rentals, mastermind courses, subscription services, or drop shipment businesses. Number 5, charge more. Charging more for your services and products is a sure way to add more money in your account. However, while raising your prices, you will have to educate your customer on your intrinsic value. In certain cases, you may lose money initially, as some customers may simply not purchase from you anymore. However, if your new prices will require you to get new customers, target those new people and continue to grow with them. Some of the customers you start off with, they may not go to next level with you, but that doesn't mean that you can't go to the next level yourself. And, just as an aside, I really want to add more value to my podcast. So from time to time, I'm going to share with you some of the books that I found to be interesting. And I recently read 2 interesting books that I think a lot of you entrepreneurs out there and entrepreneur hopefuls will gain a lot from. And it's number 1 is The $1 Million One-Person Business. Make great money, work the way you like, have the life you want by Elaine Pofelt. This book contains a wealth of information regarding practical hands-on advice on how to start your business. I also particularly like the examples they use of people just like you and me who started their businesses. What I love the most is how attainable the author makes reaching $1 million in revenues. When you start this entrepreneur journey, 1 million in revenues seems so far away. But reading this book, you realize it's really not. The second book I read is 4 Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. I know I'm a bit late with reading this book. I feel like it's been a go-to book for so many location independent entrepreneurs. My biggest takeaway from this book is creating automation and creating a team that will catapult your growth. So check out those 2 books and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Again, it's the 14th episode of Veranda Financing Podcast, and I'm grateful that you took the time to visit my space in the podcast world. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and rate it. Visit verandafinancing.com for more information. And take care, and remember that businesses are successful when they meet, finance, and grow. Take care. Bye.